Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the first two of the Zeta mini aerial bots. So this is, who is this? Fireflight and Slingshot, right? I always have a hard time. So Slingshot and Fireflight, yeah. So, I'll probably mess those up at some point throughout this video. It's almost a guarantee. Lighting's a little harsh tonight. Come on. That's a bit better. Alright, so I thought about this for a while, like how to do these reviews, because usually when I get a 2-pack of something, I review each figure individually. But with these guys, it seems as though they're just heavy retools of each other. So I figured there's really no point to review each one of these individually when it's the transformation's almost exactly the same. Either they're retools or they just share the same engineering. So each of them do come with a hand. So you get the left hand here, and then the right hand. We'll look at those more for combined mode when we get there. And I have QC issues from start to finish with this set. First and foremost, I only got one gun with this guy, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, whatever. Yeah. I'm just noticing that this is not the same on both sides, so I wonder if that's just a design choice, like for the jet, or what. But because it looks like that's sculpted on, and it doesn't look like there's anything to fold out or anything. So, but yeah. Anyway, they make pretty decent little jets here. He's got landing gear that doesn't fold out. And just the little nubs sculpted in. So that's his landing gear, and him nubs sculpted in, and that's it. Nothing too fancy with them. And as you can see, the guns, if they had guns, just plug in under the wings like that. And then because of the way they transform, these things don't really like to sit anywhere. Like, they don't tab into position or anything like that, so they just kind of flop a little bit. So, win some, you lose some. So let's start with him, and we'll just go ahead and get him transformed. So, start by pulling this up, get this out of the way, pull this section here back, and down like so. You want to pull his head out. Let's work on the rest of the bot before we get into that. So let's take the gun out, fold the wings down, and you can see some of the issues I have is like these things are so loose on some of these figures, and it's like, ugh. Alright, and then so you take the legs, you can split that up, and then this will slide down like that, and you want to slide this down like this, and then you can flip the foot out and around, which is easier said than done. Should just fold out. Pain in my ass. There we go. Yeah, it's just kind of, you kind of have to bend plastic to kind of get that to work. And you fold this up, and this will just kind of this, right? Yeah. And you can see one of my big problems. And it's just, because of the way it's designed, I don't think tightening the screw is going to do any good, because it's a friction joint. There's a screw in there, but it's, it's more like a pin. But, whatever. Alright. And then slide this down all the way, like that. Kind of rotate this out like so. Fold up the wing. Fold it up better the other way. It's like I want to get it like this, but I just don't think it works that way. Alright, let's extend the leg. Alright, and then we can flip this up. And from here, what we want to do is flip these torso pieces out. With the arms. And then once we get those out, we can put this back. And this is die cast, so things don't fit right around it because of that. Just like that. And then fold those out, flip out the hands, and then you can take this and this will just kind of tab in here, fold the head around, and clean up the backpack here. You just open this up, I believe will help. Come on. Yeah, and then we can just fold this all the way up like this. And it just kind of, there's a kind of, when you fold it up, there's a tab here that'll plug in underneath the canopy there. And then you just kind of sit them how you want. Plug in the gun and hope it doesn't take a hand off because it's been prone to doing that to me. And there's the first one in his robot mode. Yeah, I mean it's got QC issues, like I said. And yeah. Not the greatest looking bot either. Alright, but we'll go into that in more detail here in a second. But first, let's get this guy transformed. So, take the guns out, fold the wings back. Pull this piece here out. So we can separate these. Just get that out of the way. Fold this back and to the back there. Then we accordion out the legs, just like the other one. Split this out. Slide this down. It's like you don't want to put too much pressure on it either because it's so small and you don't want to break it. But it's gonna make me. There we go. Fold the toe out and forward. Same thing on this side. Fold the wings up. These ones sit better than slingshot. Fold up the torso. And then we pull out the arms. Pull out the arms. We just get this all back in together. Extend the arms. Alright. We want to pull the head out, rotate, and plug in. I tell you, this thing just, I mean, these things just fall apart when you look at them wrong. This is why I'm not a huge fan of Zeta. And then we can just fold this up like that. And plug in the guns. And there you go. And he's got the stupidest face I think I've seen on a third-party figure in a very long time. It is just bad. I mean, this is like McDonald's level bad sculpt. And to be fair, about McDonald's level quality on figures too. These things just... Like, I mean, if you're looking for good Legends class versions of these characters, I can easily, without a doubt, tell you to pass. Not even a question in my mind. Pass on these two. They're just junk. So, I mean, you see the QC issues I'm having. So we got this. He's missing a gun. Yes, I can contact my retailer and be like, hey, he didn't come with a gun, but... You know, it's also not the end of the world because my plan is to put them in combined mode and that's it. I think their heads are really small for their torsos. And he's just got the stupidest sculpt. Posability, his head is on a ball joint. So you get left and right, up and down. It's also on this hinge here that because it doesn't lock in, you get all sorts of range of motion. He's got a swivel hinge and hinge, so he's got all sorts of mobility in this shoulder. And he really doesn't need that much. They overcomplicated this thing. He's so small, they don't need certain things. Bicep swivel, bends at the elbow, wrist swivels, because it's on a stupid little peg that just comes undone if you look at them wrong. Waist swivel. Hips are on ball joints, so they're out to there. Fairly loose up to there. He's got the hip skirts, which again they don't need for this size of a figure. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee. Foot is on that ball joint, so you get the rocker and a little bit of a tilt in there. And he's exactly the same. That's why I decided to do them both at the same time. He does have die-cast on the feet and torso. I believe that's die-cast, right? Yeah. And it's just... It's unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. Ultimately, I can't recommend these guys. Like I said. You know, I would wait for Magic Square or... Like, if I'm reading this whole set on just these two, I would definitely wait for Magic Square or whatever the other company is. I can't remember. It's Magic Square and whatever the other New Age. Because they do so much better job with the look of the figures. These things look bad. For a score, I'll give them each 3 out of 10. Not good. Not good at all. Don't recommend them alone. I don't recommend alone. And then we'll get to combined mode. But for the individual figures, I can't recommend them. So 3 out of 10. They suck.